rivalry game for us. Glad that we had a bye week. We were beat up after the Ole Miss game, and feel like we're getting somewhat healthy, and excited to play a great team, University of Texas, well coached, exciting team to watch. A lot of speed on a lot of size. But we're excited for our fans to get this rivalry back, and being able to play it at home the first year in the SEC. We're happy about that. So I'll answer any questions that y'all might have.
First up is Trey Biddy of Hog Sports.
Hey, Coach. I was wondering, you said on Monday that you guys were having a lot of open kind of competition in the secondary. I was curious how that had gone, and also the status of Jalen Braxton along with that.
Yeah, I think Jalen Braxton's out. I don't think he'll be available. But we have had really good competition back there. I'm not ready to say publicly who we're going to start, but we have had a wonderful week of preparation. Certainly have done a lot more against the pass. We needed that work, but as far as who starts, I'd rather keep that until the game time. But we have had great competition. The guys have we haven't had any sulking, any pouting, any of that. We've had guys trying to, if they have lost their job or were playing two when they were one, they've certainly been trying to get their job back. And I've been real proud with the attitude of the team with all the changes that we've been looking at.
Sure, I get that. Your status, I guess, on Jaquindon Jackson. Obviously, we talked about this a little bit Monday, but you said he was probably going to try to go that day. Just curious on what his status is and just his attitude with facing his former team.
Yeah, Trey, he's healthy. He's ready to go. He's looked really good in practice, and I expect him to go out there and play at full strength and full speed, and it's good to have him back.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Next is David Eckert of the Austin American-Statesman.
Hey, Sam, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
I guess there's so much discussion, I guess, kind of about like the dislike and hatred that comes with this game. Is that, I guess, the hatred aspect of it, is that something you're leaning into with the team, or is that something that you as a coach try to tamp down?
No, I think it's more just trying to emphasize the history of the rivalry. The last time, certainly Southwest Conference, we don't have anybody on the team that was born yet. So just the education of what it means to the state of Arkansas and what it means to our fans, that rivalry that, been passed down from grandfather, dad, now son, that part of the rivalry feeling. And so, we felt it 3 years ago now, I think, when we played Texas here. Our kids felt it. They felt it when we went in the stadium. And so we're just trying to educate them about our fans and the history and what it means to the state of Arkansas.
Appreciate it, Sam. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Kurt Bowles of Houston Chronicle.
Hi, Kurt.
Some critics, Sam, are saying that Texas hadn't beaten anybody, maybe doesn't deserve its high ranking that it's getting in the polls and CFP rankings. How do you feel about that?
A lot of times critics don't know what the hell they're talking about, and I don't think they know much what they're talking about on this one either. This is a damn fine Texas Texas team. I mean, you don't go beat Oklahoma by 31 and beat Mississippi State by 22 and beat Michigan by 19, beat Colorado State 52-0 and have a sorry football team. I mean, you just don't. And these guys are ranked 3 in the country because they deserve it. And they're a really well-coached football team. Coach Sark is one of the best in the business. There's no question about it. And they've got talent. And it's not their fault that they haven't played, let's say, a schedule like ours. We played LSU and Ole Miss and A&M and Tennessee, and we played. The schedule's a schedule, and what they've done is done a damn fine job with their schedule, and they've got a good football team.
And one other question, Sam. Taylor Green, what's his status? And some of us are thinking he might be the best quarterback Texas will face this year.
Well, I think he's probable. I think he'll come out tonight as probable on the injury report. I can tell you he hasn't been, full speed last week during our practices, and he's getting better every day. But I love Taylor. He obviously gives us a chance to win each and every game, and what a wonderful kid. But I feel like he'll be ready to go.
Thank you, Sam.
Next is Anwar Richardson of Orange Bloods.
Good morning, Coach. Coach, Texas visited your place, obviously, in. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now, Coach?
I could hear you before.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, Texas obviously went there in 2021, and obviously you guys did a good number on that team. What's the difference now when you see this Texas team this year than maybe that 21 version? And what kind of improvements do you think Sark has made with the program?
Yeah, I think both teams are different. I think boy, I'd like to live on that and make a difference in Saturday's game, but it certainly won't. But Coach, what they've done is they've recruited extremely well, and they've gotten so much more physical and bigger on the offensive line and defensive line. Got linebackers who can run. They're a big football team. And certainly not big and slow. They're big and fast. And, they went out and got a kick returner and a punt returner. I mean, they have a team. And, of course, they have 2 of the better quarterbacks on one team I've ever seen. So what he's done is he went in there and recruited extremely well, hired a staff of great coaches that are coaching extremely well. And the kids play hard, and they've got good players. And I'm not for sure that they necessarily had that when he took the job. I'm not trying to demean anybody, but they're much more talented than what they were when he took the job, and that's certainly a credit to him and his recruiting staff and his coaches.
Next is Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hello, Bob.
All right, Bob, go ahead.
Wanted to ask you about Luke Hasz. He's had pretty productive games, especially the last 2. What have you seen from him about the uptick in his receptions and production here of late?
Well, I think he's healthy now. He had a back issue. I think he's healthy. I think he's running better routes. Certainly, Taylor is more confident in him than he's ever been. Finding him. Obviously, Malachi threw a good ball to him against Ole Miss, but I think he's just, he didn't play a whole lot of ball the year before, and I think he's coming into his own year. I think he played 4 games and a couple of snaps his freshman year. I think he's getting more comfortable with the offense. Obviously, the offense changed for him, for all of them, with the addition of Coach Petrino. But I think he's getting more comfortable. I think Taylor's getting comfortable with him. He's running better routes. He's always caught the ball extremely well. But I think it's just his confidence and his health has changed, and therefore I think that's why he's playing better.
Hey, thanks.
We'll see if we can squeeze in Chip Howard of KZ and
All right.
of W's of the zone.
Hey, Sam, you talked about the history and you knew about the history 3 years ago when they came in. Were
Right.
you taken back at all with the intensity and emotion of the crowd that night? Was it even more than maybe you thought it might be?
Yes, it was. That's the whole thing about this game and the education part of it, because you're going to feel it now. I mean, you're going to feel it when you walk in the stadium. You're going to feel it when you drive into the stadium. It's a very passionate game, but even as much as we try to prepare the kids, and honestly, us as coaches, it was just different. And that's what rivalry. That's why everybody goes to games and likes to watch college football, is because rivalry games and the passion that the kids play for. And they'll Texas be ready to play too. We will as well, but it's just a different vibe. It's a different environment. There's big games and then there's big rivalry games, and this certainly is what this one's going to be.
Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
Coach, thank you.
Okay, guys, go Hogs.